afternoon, YouTube. So I'm Mario, Sherry's husband. I'm gonna start posting on the channel. YouTube seems to be an opportunity for financial freedom. So the main thing I believe is about that opportunity to make money. Otherwise, financial freedom and what it affords is an opportunity to pursue the dreams I had as a child. When your birth year starts with 19, you realize that you actually get old. You're actually getting old. If I'm not already old. Right? So a little bit about me. I'm a husband. I have a 9 to 5. Yes, it pays the bills. I'm also highly involved in church. Currently, youth president. My interests are pretty much game, manga, my faith, my work life. I'm all about growth, development, whether it be personal or otherwise. Even where education is concerned, even though I don't have a degree right now, it's one of the things that I hope to accomplish. Yeah. So today, I'm really gonna just talk about an exhortation that I prepared for church, and it's about greed and Christianity. Something that my wife not too long spoke on. So I'm gonna be reading primarily from my phone, and I hope that it will be well received and someone will take something out of this message that can benefit them. Alright, so greed is a perversive and destructive force that can lead individuals down a path of sin and suffering. It is the love of money, material possession, and that can become all consuming. And it also includes the lust of the eyes. In 1 Timothy 6:10, it is written, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." This verse highlights the dangers of prioritizing wealth and material possession over spiritual growth. Kind of contradict my introduction just a little bit. So I want financial freedom. I don't necessarily want to be rich. I just want to have money to take care of the things that needs to be taken care of. The consequences of greed are far-reaching and devastating, as we see where families are ruined. An example is the story of Gehazi, a servant of the prophet Elijah. Gehazi, motivated by greed and desire for material possession, lied to Elisha and ultimately suffered a terrible disease. So that was basically a sickness that was placed upon him for the actions. So greed can lead individuals to abandon their faith values, causing them to prioritize material wealth or other corruptible things over spiritual growth. If we spend all our time pursuing worldly possessions, when and where will we find time to build a relationship with God? In Proverbs 28:22, it is written, "He that hasteneth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon them." This verse emphasizes the fleeting nature of wealth and the importance of prioritizing spiritual wealth over material wealth, as we are able to bring nothing with us into the afterlife, where we will spend our eternity. All right. So as Christians, we are cognizant of the fact that you spend 75 years here in the land of the living, if you want to call it that, and a soul which is immortal, while the flesh is not. Right? you're gonna spend most of your life, your eternity rather, in the spiritual realm. Because the spirit is immortal. The flesh not so much. Alright. So in Luke 12:15, it is written that he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for the man's life consisteth not in abundance of the things which he possessed. This verse serves as a reminder that true fulfillment and happiness comes from spiritual growth and development. So true fulfillment and happiness comes from having a relationship with God. That's what that is highlighting, right? And we are further encouraged to be content and warned against coveting and desiring more than what is necessary, right? So I guess for each person, what is necessary is relative, right? For me, what is necessary might be a 4-bedroom house, you know, a nice car to move around. And why you don't need 4 bedrooms if you don't have people for putting on them? Because I only have 1 child, so maybe 3 is fine. I have an extra room, that's fine. And a guest room, extra room for my daughter, and a guest room. Yeah, so 3 is fine. 3 is necessary. I would find it necessary. Strictly necessary would be 2, but you know, where we come from in Jamaica, we tend to have family over every now and again. So the additional would just, you know, to facilitate visitors. So no key takeaways. Greed is a destructive force that can lead individuals down a path of sin and suffering. By prioritizing spiritual growth and development over material wealth, we can avoid the pitfalls of greed and the culture of a life of true fulfillment and happiness. Hot. Alright. We just need to cool down the car a little bit. Yeah, so and Sunday really, not too long coming from church. Just wanted to get something out on the media, really and truly. No, probably not gonna hear a message is yucky. So just give it a minute and turn it back off and finish up. Yeah. So having desires isn't really greed. Greed is when you just want too much. When you just want too much, we don't necessarily need. Naturally, I don't want to have a fat bank book, but really and truly, outside how many need and with that the legacy that I would like to leave for my offspring and my grandchildren and whatnot and what have you. Yeah, we can donate, we can help people, right? So as Christians, we have to have a spirit of charity, really and truly. So part of that is really being a team player, a nation builder, investing in people, and you know, just make somebody day better as much as you're able. So yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, so basically did reach the last paragraph that I have written, you know. So by prioritizing spiritual growth and development over material wealth, we can avoid pitfalls of greed and cultivate a life of true fulfillment and happiness. As the Bible reminds us, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark 8:36. So that basically concludes what I had written, you know, and also would have facilitated this video would have facilitated some of the things about me and what you can hope to see on the platform. It's gonna be my interest, so maybe you might see me post some stuff on manuals, and encouragement, you know, social problems, discussions, the works. So that's gonna be on it. And yeah, hopefully it grow. Hopefully it can make a profit. Can use it to help pursue the dreams that I once had and slightly give up on. Alright, so that's it from me. Do have a good one, and thank you so much for watching, especially if you reach this far.